Hey folks, how you doing? I'm Tim Black. You tuned in to Tim Black TV. There are some stories that I do that are just tremendously disturbing. This is one of those stories. It gets me upset and it also gets me, filled with emotion. And I guess being upset is an emotion, but you'll understand once I get into the story. It's of Mr. Thomas Sonnenberg of North Minneapolis. He's a 69-year-old veteran. He lived in this very violent neighborhood. Now, his children say they've been trying to reason with their dad and their mom to move out of this neighborhood. Said that neighborhood has become increasingly violent, and we wanted them to move, but they wouldn't move because they had a mortgage that was underwater. Sound familiar to any of you guys out there? All right, so Mr. Sonnenberg, he was known in the neighborhood as being the type of guy who helped anyone. He helped people. That's just who he was. He had a good spirit. Friday at around noon, Devon Parker came to his door, banging on his door erratically, saying that he needed help. Being the type of man Mr. Sonnenberg was, he opened the door. Devon Parker said he was in distress. He appeared to be he appeared to be under distress. And Mr. Sonnenberg let him in. He said he was being chased. Parker said he was being chased by some guys with baseball bats. He said, "Please let me in. I need some help. I need a bat. I need a knife. I need a gun. These guys are after me." I don't know what possessed Mr. Sonnenberg to give this guy a gun, or if he actually gave it in his hand. I don't know. But Mr. Sonnenberg was later shot with that gun in his house. This piece of shit shot this man in his own home with his own gun, using a ploy that he needed help to defend himself from people that were chasing him. He shot this man, and I guess before he shot the man was able to reach the phone and he called 911. When the shot rang out, the wife heard it in the kitchen and she came out to see what's going on. That's when Devon Parker realized that there was someone else in the home. There was a struggle. He struggled with the wife, but luckily, since Mr. Sonnenberg had already called the police, the police arrived, and they could see through the window Devon Parker, his arm wrapped around her, choking her and slinging her about. All right, so the cops busted through the door. They were able to restrain Mr. Parker, and they've taken him away, of course. They charged him with murder. This is just one of those stories that just cuts to the core of what we're dealing with here with violent people and how they are feasting on us. And I say us, I mean people who are good-natured, good people. And when you read these stories where people don't help people and we go, oh, how inhumane is that? How uncaring, how unfeeling is that? Well, this is why. These fuckers like Devon Parker are why. Now, I made a video on gun violence. I made a video on guns. And a lot of people didn't get my point. Well, they got it, but let me put it this way. I wish Mr. Sonnenberg would have shot this guy. I wish I would be able to tell you a different story than what I'm telling you tonight. Don't get me wrong. I just don't want guns in the wrong people's hands. But you know what? You know what, guys? My opinion changes based on information that I receive. I'm not stuck in a mindset. I have no real agenda other than to get my voice out there and to speak up on issues and also entertain you. But I don't have an agenda to make everyone liberal, everyone conservative, or any of that. And I don't have an agenda to forward anybody else's agenda onto you. So know this, ladies, such as Latanya, you know who you are. I read your comments and they make me think. Roland Nichols, your comments as well. They make me think. They make me think about what I value, what I see as important. And I don't want to go too long with this, but let me tell you this. If I got to decide to take guns out the hands of people like Mr. Sonnenberg or leave them at the mercy of Devon Parkers, I'm going to have to choose to leave the guns with Mr. Sonnenberg. I know that may seem contradictory to you, but when you do enough stories like I do, you read this shit all the time. All right? That's why I started doing the fail videos, the epic fails, because they're a little bit lighter, because I read a lot of bad stuff, man. And I'm going to tell you, it's these types of guys, right? And and you know what? And I worry about putting out these images, but fuck it. He's a piece of shit. I am not. All right? We share the same skin color, but we're not the same. And I hate for that type of stereotype to be out there. But it is what it is. I don't issue disclaimers when I talk about white folks, do I? Nope. Because there's no connotation that all white people are violent. This guy is a violent piece of shit. This guy was already out on aggravated assault charges, all types of felonies. I don't even know why the fuck Devon Parker was on the street to even commit this crime. But he was. No man deserves to die in his fucking home. No man. Unless it's by natural causes. Slip and fall. Shit happens. But no man deserves to be killed, murdered in their own fucking home by a stranger who they're trying to help. Man, and there is just there's no justification for that. And, you know, it's funny because I saw a story that Tommy Sotomayor did. It was a while back. I watch old footage sometimes. You know, I look at, you know, when you go on YouTube, you look at videos and you see ones they pop up and they recommend. And it was about a woman doing a flood or something. And she had a child with her, and she knocked on this man's door, and the man wouldn't open the door. And everybody was outraged. It was like he was like the worst guy in the world. It's like he wouldn't open the door. And the lady, her child, she couldn't hold on to her child. Her child floated away in the flood, and they found her like a mile away. And a lot of people were blaming this man for not helping her. And that man said, I'm not opening my door. I'm not putting myself at risk for anybody. And she knew this storm was coming. Everyone knew it. We were all told to get off the roads. We were all told to, you know, go somewhere safe. And I don't know who she was. I couldn't take a chance like that. And when I first saw that video, I was pissed. I was like, you know what? That guy is a scum. But, what about Mr. Sonnenberg? Nice guy, great guy, terrific guy, right? Helped somebody. Didn't have to help him. Didn't care what color he was. Didn't care how old he was. Nothing. What does he get for it? So the next time you judge someone for the way they act towards you, forget the racial component, right? Let's try to take that out, because that's just too much for me to try to deal with in this video. But I'm going to say this. For whatever reason, you see someone and you meet someone, they act like an ass. You never know why. And I'm sure Mr. Sonnenberg's kids, they walk the earth. And they may be in a similar situation, and what do you think they're going to do? See, this guy, Devon Parker, he didn't just take this man's life. He ruined this family. It's a tragedy. And these people have to live with the bitterness of this horrendous act that was thrust upon them, the loss of a loved one. So I don't know, folks. That's how I feel about it. You know, if you associate with scumbags, if you associate with scumbags, you deserve what you get. Because anybody out there who's dealing with, spending time with, and I hope not, I hope that my viewership is not comprised of people like Devon Parker. There is no excuse for this shit at all. There is no, I don't want to hear about systematic, there's suppression. I don't want to hear that shit. This man lied to this man, schemed, plotted his way into this man's home in the middle of the day, saying he needed help, and then shot this man and wanted to burglarize the home is what the authorities are saying. Mr. Sonnenberg did not know Mr. Parker. He did this, he wanted to help this young man because he thought he needed help. So sometimes when we think how cold the world is, you realize sometimes it's cold for a fucking reason. Guys like Devon Parker make it a lot colder. I'm Tim Black. This is Tim Black TV. Hey, maybe I got this wrong. I don't think I did, but if I got it wrong, if you have a different opinion, please list it below in the comment section. I'm cool, you know, with people having their own opinions. Lord knows I have enough of them, right? This guy is scum. I don't know if they have the death penalty, but this is definitely premeditated. He premeditated in breaking in his home. He premeditated to rob this man or whatever he wanted to do to this man, and he killed this man. I don't know what degree that is, but I want more than manslaughter for this shit. That's for sure. All right? I'm out here, guys. Thanks for watching.